welcome to my 1,000 subscribers special on YouTube. I'm so happy that you guys decided to subscribe to me, and I hope that you're liking the videos that I'm putting out. I do have some more that I'm working on. Thanks for giving all those big thumbs up and for sharing the YouTube channel. I appreciate all of that. So I thought it'd be nice to do a video where I answer some of the questions that I got on Instagram and Facebook. So I have some here, we're gonna go through those. I'm gonna try to get through as many as I can. A lot of them were redundant, and then some of them I just couldn't answer, and some of them were really awkward. So let's get started. Someone asked, how did I start baking as a full-time job? I started off making cakes for family, and then I started making cakes for friends, and then I started making cakes for my kids and their birthdays, and I would post it on my Facebook page, and all my friends would be like, oh, you need to start a business, and I'm like, yeah. Well, I got order for a cake from one of my friends, but it was still a paid order. That went well, so I just started selling cakes. I believe I only sold 15 cakes my first whole year of doing it. It's basically one a month, one or two. It was really slow, and I was working a part-time job because I was a mom of little tiny kiddos, so I just had the part-time job in the night so that I can be with them in the day. And when it really started to pick up, I decided to go full-time. So I was getting about 6 cakes a week, and it was kind of a lot because I had little kiddos and I still had my nighttime job. So I would go into work about 5 and I would get off about 10 or 11. It was just really hard for me because I would get off so late and then I would come home and then I would still have to work. I decided to just take on cakes full time, and then the orders really picked up. I think the second year I did about 200 and something cakes. Once it reached that point, I decided I was gonna go full time doing cakes. Next one. So someone says that they're thinking about getting a printer to print their own edible images, and which one do you recommend? So I actually get this question a lot. My printer, I've had forever. Like, it's on its last leg. Every time I think it's gonna die, it just starts working again. It's a Canon, which I do love Canons. It's a Canon MG5320, I believe. Which I've actually looked for a replacement and they don't make them anymore because it's so old. So I would recommend getting one from Icing Images. Check out their website. They have bundles for printers. They sell edible ink and a bunch of different edible papers, which are awesome. On Icing Images website, they have a few packages there, and any one that you pick is gonna be a great printer since Icing Images recommends it, and they only recommend really good products. So go check them out. Where do you get your inspiration from? Oh dear, it depends. People will email me and say that they want a cake for their kid's birthday and that this is the theme. Sometimes they'll just tell me the theme and then their kid's name and age, and then I come up with a design myself, and I can look on Pinterest and just get some ideas. I could take, you know, this idea from one cake and this idea from another cake and then just add something else that I think of. It just depends. Every cake is so different. Actually, I just did a really cute one. It was a pig theme, and the pig, it was like painted watercolors. So she sent me the invitation, and what I did was I hand painted that pig onto fondant. It came out really cute. So my inspiration comes from invitations sometimes, or sometimes they'll just tell me a color and then some textures that they like. My most favorite wedding cake ever was black and like a deep wine color with some gold accents. Now, the reason why that's my favorite is because like I'm really into dark colors. Like, I love black, duh. When she said she wants black in her wedding cake, I was like, yes. I was able to do black, some touches of gold. I did some wafer paper, and then this really deep burgundy color. It was so cool. What I love is that it was my entire design. I came up with it, and she was so cool. She just said, do whatever. These are just the colors. And I was like, yes. Inspiration can come from a lot of different places. So that's that. Someone asked, what kind of airbrush do I use? Okay, so I don't airbrush that much. You know, every once in a while I do. I have one from Dinky Doodle, and it's cool because it's small. It's only like this big, and it works really well. The one that I used to have before that was from Duff, and I love Duff, but for some reason that airbrush would get clogged all the time. And then when you're airbrushing, sometimes it would just spit out the color, which really sucks. It's really hard to fix airbrush. So I don't airbrush that much because I feel like it takes away my control. But what I really like about that Dinky Doodle is that I don't airbrush all the time. So what's really nice is that when I go to use it the next time, it's not clogged. Yes, I clean it afterwards. I did that with the Duff airbrush also, and that one would still get clogged. If there's one to recommend, it would be the Dinky Doodle. Okay, moving on. So someone asked, how do you get fondant nice on the edges? So there's so many different ways. One of the ways is you can panel it, which just means you put a piece of fondant on the top and then you'll have a panel of fondant that goes around your cake. What happens is the top piece of fondant and then the paneling meets up and you'll have that instant sharp edge. Another thing you can do is just make sure you use 2 fondant smoothers right next to each other on the edges and just go around the entire cake. That's another way that you can get sharp fondant edges. Someone said, do you get inspired by any other creators? Of course, all the time. There's so many good artists out there. It's just hard not to get inspired by somebody else. Just the thing for me is that if I'm inspired by someone's design, I just try to make it my own. Even though I'm inspired by them, I just try to put my own touches on it, just because I don't like copying someone else's work entirely. How do you get the buttercream smooth on the sides and top? Well, I have a whole online class. It's only 12 bucks, so it's super cheap. It's on my website. You can get it there. It's pre-recorded. I think it's like 30 or 40 minutes long. Basically, it's a whole video of me showing you how I get the cake smooth with buttercream. And then I also have a list of all of the supplies that I use. It's a closed, private Facebook group. So you can send any questions that you have, or you can comment on the video if you have questions. So go check it out. It's my way of doing it. People ask me all the time, oh my gosh, that's buttercream. I thought it was fondant. It's so smooth. Well, go check out my video. Okay, so someone puts how much? Laugh out loud. Well, $1 million, which is actually funny because I run a cake memes page. If you're on Instagram, check out Cake Memes For You. Go check it out. I have a lot of really funny memes. Clients do send us messages that say how much. So many different things that can impact the price of a cake. So that's really funny. Okay. How long do you think it takes a new home baker's business to take off? This is totally gonna vary. I would probably say 6 months to a year. That's just my guess. Because for me, I think it took a year, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it took like a year. It's all about who you reach. So basically, I only had Facebook. Was Instagram around? I started my business in 2011. And I only had Facebook. And I don't even, you know what? I don't even think I had a business Facebook page for a while. That could be a reason why it took me a whole year. I think nowadays it's easier because, you know, Instagram, you can tag your cities nearby, that you're a cake maker, this and that. I don't know, I think it just matters like who you can reach, you know? Are you doing Facebook ads or Instagram ads? Boosting posts, which I particularly don't like. I think I boosted a post one time and it was so not worth it. So it's up to you though. Some people like to pay for advertising. I don't. All right, let's see what else. What is a good price to start charging for cakes? Okay, my advice on this is check around local bakeries and just get the median price. That's just average price of what people charge per serving. Back in the day, I was not charging per serving. I was just like, oh, 8-inch cake, 20 bucks. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I didn't know, okay? I didn't know what I was doing. I just kind of threw myself into it. I didn't research, I didn't do any of that crap. I had no training, so I was just winging it. And I specifically remember This one girl, she ordered an 8-inch cake, and I think I had told her 20 bucks or 25 or something. And then she was like, the week before, hey, can I make it a 2-tier instead? And I remember telling my friend, shoot, I'm gonna charge her 50 bucks. Like, that was a lot. And I was like, I'm charging her 50. And you know, that same cake now almost goes for 300. So it's just crazy. You know, you live, you learn. But I would say just check around and see what the median price is. I think these days, depending on your area, it could be around $6 a serving. It just depends. I know that, you know, new home bakers are gonna say, well, I'm just starting, I can't charge that much. Well, I mean, you gotta have the work to back it up also. So you can't be putting out super sloppy cakes and charge the same as a bakery. But maybe start a tiny bit lower. Just don't go super, super low to where you're lowballing everyone in the area. Don't go $2 a serving. Don't do no Walmart prices. You know, even $3 is not enough. So maybe start at $4. And if they don't want to pay that much, they can go to, you know, Vons or Albertsons or Costco. That's fine. It's totally fine. But if they want something custom, then they're going to come to us. All right, do you charge less for cakes that are styrofoam? This is an excellent question. I actually get this question a lot. Most styrofoam cakes are gonna be covered in fondant. I have covered cakes in buttercream before. It's not as easy, but I have done it. Fondant costs more. Styrofoam is not cheap. So yeah, you're not making the cake, you're not making the buttercream for the filling, you're not splitting it, but you still have to buy the styrofoam. You still have to spend money on fondant. You still have to use your time to cover it in fondant. And most times it's not just covered in fondant, there's decor on it. So it's actually the same price as a cake. It depends if someone wants to, you know, buy a real cake or a styrofoam cake. The only exception I would say, because I have one coming up, is if you have a styrofoam topsy-turvy cake, because a real cake topsy-turvy is a lot of work. A lot of work. It's actually almost a headache. You bakers know, you not only have to bake your cakes, you have to bake more to get that slant at the top, and then you have to sit there and carve all of the sides in so that it's tapered. Okay, not only that, when you're stacking this cake, to make it super secure in the cake below it, if it's a tiered cake, you have to cut out a circle and go into that cake so that the top cake can sit inside of it a little bit. So it has stability, otherwise it's just gonna slide off. Even if you put a center dowel, because it's happened to me, unfortunately. So in that case, for the styrofoam one, it actually would be less. And that's just me. I'm just saying, because I know how much work goes into a real cake of a topsy-turvy, but if it's just a regular round cake, it's the same price. Did you go to culinary school? No, I didn't. Like I said, I just got thrown into this. Someone had just ordered a cake and I wasn't ready to start selling yet, but I did it, and I'm actually glad I did, because I get to make cakes for a living. Like, this is my job. This is awesome. I kind of just learned by trial and error. I would just try something, and then if it didn't work, I would just keep trying until I got it right. I kind of just learned on my own. Like, they would send me a picture, hey, I want this, and I would just try it. I've always kind of been artistic, so in that aspect, it was kind of easy for me. Do you have future goals? Do you want to open a bakery? So, future goals. So I make cakes, I make cupcakes, and I make edible glue. And my edible glue business has actually been quite amazing lately. So I think I might go more that direction, because it's actually taking off bigger than I thought. Cakes are gonna lessen, and then my edible glue business is just going to be a little bit bigger. But as in goals, my goal this year was to get Icing Images to carry my edible glue, and they do now. I deal with Debbie, she's the owner of Icing Images, and she's so amazing. So I was so excited when they started carrying my glue. That goal that I had for 2021 already happened. Do you want to open a bakery? No. Nope. Nope. I used to want to. And I don't know, as time goes on, I feel like it would be a headache, honestly. The part that would be good about that is that I can have people bake for me. I hate baking. I just hate it. It's messy. It's a lot of cleanup, dishes. So I'm more on the artistic side. I like decorating and creating the final thing. That would be a cool thing, is to have people bake for me, but then I'd have to give them my recipes. So I don't know. As of right now, no. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get through one more. And then if you guys have additional comments, you can just leave them underneath this video. So this one says, what are you most known for? Cake-wise, or, because people ask me this a lot in interviews and they're like, what are you known for? I would say I'm known for sharp edges, clean, fondant work, attention to detail, stuff like that. What am I known for? Like, if someone doesn't know who I am, or if someone says like, oh, how do I know you? I was on Cake Wars, duh. People will stop me. It's so weird because they recognize me, and even though my bangs are different now, when I was on Cake Wars, I had the straight across bangs. They'd be like, were you on Cake Wars? It's just really cute. So I would say that's what I'm known for. I was on Cake Wars Powerpuff Girls episode. That's the one I won. It's season 4, episode 1. And then I went back the following year to Cake Wars Champs. I don't think they had like episode numbers. I think it's just called Cake Wars Champs, and it's Lego. That's what I'm known for. Alrighty guys, so that's all I'm gonna get through today. If you do have additional questions, you can leave them underneath. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to learn some stuff about me. And thank you guys so much for subscribing to me. I'm so happy that I've reached 1,000 subscribers. It feels like it's taken forever. I started in 2016 and you know, we're now in 2021. I never really focused on how many subscribers I had. I never even really checked it. I would just put out like a video or a random video, and some of them are really horrible. I'm so sorry. Like if you scroll down to my videos from 2016, there's a video where I'm literally just showing a unicorn cake that I made. It has like 6,000 views. It's either that one or there's some gold crown. All I'm doing is just videotaping like the angles of it. I don't show you how to make it. I don't list what products I use, nothing, and it has a lot of views. So I never really paid attention to any of that. I started paying attention last year. So 2020 is when I was like, you know what? I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I started putting out more videos. I started making my little thumbnails better. Be sure to give a big thumbs up, you guys, and please subscribe. Tell your friends about me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be on the lookout for the next video. When did Instagram start? All right, let's see what else. What is a good bleh. How annoying. What are they called? Anyway, I don't know. I was up so late last night. It's like sharp, and maybe that's why too. Is this thing on? A 1,000 subscribers special. I'm tired. What is that? I gotta fix the bangs. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye.